As you may or may not know, the Seminal Church is an entity I created about 2 years ago to encourage individuals to find fulfillment through business. Today, we're continuing with the MMTLP incident, and I want to bring to light some resources that people who own shares in MMTLP, or perhaps don't even own shares but want to support the community, can tap into in order to sort of spread the word, basically. So down below in the description, what I've done is I've accumulated all U.S. 50 states and also Washington, D.C., along with the provinces in Canada, links to the actual state securities investors complaint forms. So what are these? Like, let's kind of step back and say, okay, what is a complaint form, and why would I want to talk to my state about it? Well, if you kind of consider, you are a citizen of a state and you're a taxpayer, and these states, they want to keep you happy. They don't want to see citizens of their state being defrauded. And not saying that that's what's happening in this incident, but it's beginning to look that way. It's beginning to look like folks were sold shares or dividend placeholders where the dividend wasn't really actually going to be delivered because the placeholders were allegedly oversold. So, that could be construed as fraud, securities fraud. I'm not saying it is, but I can see an angle as to how it would be construed. So these links down below in the description, whatever resident you are of whatever state or province, or if you're a resident of the UK or around the world, if you need help locating the direct link, just put a comment down below and I'll do my best to try and help you find that. What these links to the forms are basically a way to notify your state or province to let them know, hey, this is happening to me. I live in this state or province, and I want you to be aware of it, state. And if you can do a little bit of research to see if there's something more nefarious behind the scenes here, perhaps you can help everyone else in this state be more protected in the future. So it's not necessarily a way, if you let your state or province know, to really get like financial recovery individually. But I see it as a way to sort of spark a little fire in this state. I filed in Washington state here, and I've been told people have filed in Arizona and Ohio and Utah, I think. But if you feel up to it, you can find the link below in the description to your state, the state that you are a resident of, and you can go through the process of filling out the form. Some of the forms require you to print out a form, fill it out, or pre-fill it on your computer, and then scan it and email it in. Some require you to mail it in. It's a little bit more arduous as far as time goes, but it may be worth your time to spend 5 to 15 minutes to fill it out and just begin that conversation with someone in your securities department in your state. Additionally, what I've included down below are links to 3 lawsuits that have been filed. And the reason, related to the MMTLP incident, the reason I include these 3 lawsuits is because, at least how I'm thinking about it, this should help substantiate your claim. So the lawsuits are likely not in your state, but there is a lawsuit that has been filed and publicly talked about in California, one in Florida, and then one in Washington state as well. If you include the PDF of these 3 lawsuits, my thought process is that investigators within your state should kind of look at that and say, this isn't just one person talking about this problem. This is 2 attorneys and a non-attorney who are concerned so much so that they paid the filing fees and they went to their local courts and they said, hey, help us solve this problem. It's a really big problem. So I think it's up to you completely if you wanted to use those lawsuits in your filing, but I'm going to provide them as a resource for you, at least for your records, that sort of thing. And however this goes about and however you decide to tackle this, you'll at least have that data there to support you. I think that's really all I pretty much had. I just wanted to provide you that data. And if there's, I will end with, if you do file one of these complaints, it's completely up to you, but if you feel comfortable with it, if you could just type the state or province that you filed the complaint in, that would be awesome, because we could sort of track, okay, there's been one filed in New Jersey and one filed in New Mexico and Texas and these sort of things. Just to know that the word is kind of propagating out, and hopefully we can cover all 50 states and potentially all provinces. And basically, so I'll sum it up with this. How I kind of see it going down is you talk to the securities division in each state or province. They look at it, they determine whether it's authentic and whether they want to move forward with any action. And then they, I believe, would talk to their attorney general in their state and say, hey, we really need to do something about this specific incident. And if we had potentially multiple attorneys general, looking at the problem and saying, hey, we might want to take action against a broker-dealer, Fidelity, or TD Ameritrade, or E-Trade, or whatever, at least find them or recognize that they did something bad, something nefarious, that could be beneficial overall. It might take some time, but I can see it being one action that each one of us who is a shareholder or empathetic to shareholders can do to bring light on the situation, even if it takes a little bit of time. That's all I got for today. Thank you so much for listening. As always, you are all loved. I appreciate you very much. And until next time, have a great one. Bye-bye.